wolves on the church porch. These are waterless springs and mists driven by a storm. For them, the gloom of utter darkness has been reserved. 2 Peter 2 is not a polite Sunday smile. It is a hard truth from God for a world full of smooth talkers. False teachers are not hiding out in the shadows. They ride straight into the camp with polished words and a friendly grin, secretly introducing destructive heresies. They sound like hope, but they haul poison in their saddlebags. They twist the gospel, blur the lines of sin, and sell a Jesus who never judges anything. But Scripture pulls the mask off. Peter warns that many will follow their destructive ways. That is the world we're living in today. People want the blessings of God, but not the obedience. They want forgiveness, but not holiness. They want Jesus as a friend, but not as Lord. When someone speaks the truth straight, they get told they are harsh or unloving. But the Bible says the opposite. Faithful are the wounds of a friend. Real love tells the truth even when the truth cuts. Peter does not soften the motives. In their greed, they will exploit you with false words. Greed isn't just about money. Sometimes it is the hunger for likes, applause, or the feeling of being somebody. But God says that kind of craving belongs to the world, not to his people. The lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life is not of the Father. Then God tells you what he does with rebellion. He did not spare the angels who sinned. He did not spare the ancient world when Noah preached righteousness and no one listened. He did not spare Sodom and Gomorrah, but turned them to ashes. That is God saying, "You can mock me, but you won't outrun me." His patience is mercy, not permission. But there is hope for the faithful. God rescued Noah while the world drowned in corruption. He rescued Lot while wickedness burned around him. The Lord knows how to deliver the godly out of temptations. 2 Peter 2:9. You do not survive a lying world by being clever. You survive by holding tight to his word. Jesus prayed, "Sanctify them by your truth. Your word is truth." Peter describes false teachers like wild, untamed animals. Loud voices, bold claims, no fear of God. They despise authority and speak evil of things they do not understand. You can see it everywhere. People mock Scripture, twist it or rewrite it to suit the culture. They talk tough, but Scripture says they are blind guides. Their hearts are full of lust and greed. Eyes full of adultery, Peter says, and hearts trained in corruption. 2 Peter 2:14. They promise freedom while being slaves themselves. That is the great lie of sin. It brags about liberty, but drags a chain behind it. Jesus said, "Whoever commits sin is the servant of sin." Peter ends with a gut punch. These teachers heard the truth once, but walked away from it. The dog is turned to his own vomit again. That is Scripture talking straight. Rejecting God's truth does not open your mind, it darkens it. It does not make you enlightened, it makes you enslaved. So what do? We stay anchored. The world shifts like desert sand, but the word does not move. Test all things, hold fast to what is good. We stay awake. Wolves do not disappear because we want peace. Jesus said, "Beware of false prophets." Matthew 7:15. We stay faithful. No matter how loud the world gets, God keeps his people. He that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. This is what the Bible is about. Not polished religion, not soft-edged Christianity. This is country honesty for the soul. Scripture in one hand, a clear conscience in the other. Eyes open, heart steady. Christ first. Hold the line. Don't let anyone steal the gospel Jesus bled to give you.
singing with dirt on his boots and fire in his chest, holding to the truth when the world goes crooked. They slip in quiet among God's people, false teachers riding on a midnight wind, secretly introducing destructive heresies to drag a hungry soul back into sin. They deny the master who bought them, brother, while they charm the crowds with a practiced smile. But their destruction is not asleep, it's been stalking them mile after mile. Springs without water, storms without mercy, black darkness reserved for the lies they preach. They promise freedom while they're slaves of corruption, bound by the chains they refuse to reach. But the Lord knows how to rescue the godly, and He keeps the wicked for judgment day. So I'll stand on the truth when the skies start breaking, 'cause His word still cuts through the devil's haze. God didn't spare angels when they sin, you can bet He won't overlook a man. He cast them into pits of darkness while Noah stood with righteousness in his hand. Sodom burned when the fire came falling, reduced to ashes by the judge on high. Lot cried out at the filth around him, tormented day by day, watching evil rise. Springs without water, storms without mercy, black darkness reserved for the lies they preach. They promise freedom while they're slaves of corruption, bound by the chains they refuse to reach. But the Lord knows how to rescue the godly, and then He keeps the wicked for judgment day. So I'll stand on the truth when the skies start breaking, 'cause His word still cuts through the devil's haze. They are stains and blemishes feasting beside you, hearts trained in greed with a serpent's grin, eyes full of adultery, never stopping, enticing the weak to wander back in. They walk like Balaam, chasing that payday, loving the wages of unrighteousness, till a donkey spoke the truth in his path and stopped a prophet from riding to his death. They speak arrogant words of no value while preaching nonsense they can't defend. They lure the wounded back to the shadows where the chains of the world clamp tight again. And the scripture says if a man turns backward after knowing Christ and a saving call, his last state becomes worse than the first, because he spit on the truth that could save his soul. Springs without water, storms without mercy, black darkness reserved for the lies they preach. They promise freedom while they're slaves of corruption, bound by the chains they refuse to reach. But the Lord knows how to rescue the godly, and He keeps the wicked for judgment day. So I'll stand on the truth when the skies start breaking, 'cause His word still cuts through the devil's haze. It has happened to them according to the proverb, where a dog returns to the vomit he knew, and the soul runs back to the mud she came from. But I'm clinging to Christ till the night breaks through.